friends, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Yvonne and you are on Ginger Chick Rehab, and I love to make items over. So in today's video, I like to go out looking for secondhand finds and share with you the process of how I make these items over and give them new life. So yep, it is that time to start getting some of my secondhand finds made over. And this hunter green, I think it's a feed scoop I'm going with, but it is super heavy and just a gorgeous piece of metal. Though, I'm not really a fan of the green. I'm going to go ahead and get it cleaned up. I'm just using some Dawn dish soap and some hot water. Does just fine. And then we're going to get this sprayed up. Go-to lately has been this Rust-Oleum enamel wear paint. It is black, it is matte. I love the finish that it leaves. So we're just going to go ahead and get this sprayed up. Now I'm going to have to flip this over so I'm going to be able to get the bottom. But for the general right now, we're just going to get the body of this all sprayed up. And I do seal this in after my paint dries. I will seal this in with some weather defense spray, just the type of metal this is, and I really like the finish that the weather defense has been giving my metals. Now that I have it all pretty, let's put some decor in it. So when I picked this up, I knew right away if I painted this black and I could put some of my rusty crusty kitchen items in here, oh my gosh, how it would make them pop. And I just am loving these battery operated primitive candles, these grungy candles, though I do need a holder and I do have to play with it a little bit because this rusty tin sifter has that little metal in the bottom that kind of offsets it, so you kind of have to play with it a little bit. And then I have just some random finds, like this little box piece that is just super cute, and you're like, what else do I do with it? So it's perfect for this little display. And of course, I'm probably going to add a little bit of some pip berries to this display. There's just something that elevates these little pieces. But to make them fit, I'm going to go ahead and cut down the wires. Now these pip berries are just the ones from that section in Hobby Lobby that is never on sale, but they're $1.99. So I just absolutely love these cream pip berries. They seem to go well with any decor. Oh, I love that rusty crusty sifter. It just needed a little bit more pop of color. So I got this bag of doilies from Lori Jo, the viewer that gave me a whole bunch of her yummies. And so I thought this is a perfect opportunity if I have any small that I could go and just drape over there. See how that just ties it all together with the wood and the candle and the cream berries and the doily. And it just, see, it's black, but it all coordinates together. Now in this piece, I know I remember seeing that at the Dollar General when that was for sale there, but I was always happy to thrift it for a cheaper price. I absolutely love these type of little cubbies that you can group little items together and make little tiny vignettes. So first things first is I gotta remove all those stickers. This one is minimal compared to how many stickers are on the back. But the nice thing about metal is if you use a heat gun or a blow dryer, heating up that sticky, it usually will peel off easily. But I said they peel off easy. I didn't say that all the sticky comes off easily. So sometimes you have to use a little bit of Goo Gone or essential oil, just something to get rid of the rest of that sticky that was left behind. Definitely was interesting to see that Goo Gone changed the color. So you, especially if you've used any type of oil, you want to make sure that you get that all washed off completely or your paint will not adhere. So I'm going to be using that same enamel wear. See how the Goo Gone took away whatever that was on the front of that? So do you ever thrift something and you're just really not sure what it is? Well, this is one of those items. I love the tone of the wood. I thought the top was really neat. If you have any idea what it was actually used for, tell me down in the comments below. I just absolutely love pops of wood, and look at how it fits one of the battery operated votives in. And then this is such a simple little decor. This one is actually randomly thrifted. It's just a beautiful little wreath that just fits perfectly into all of this. And it was brand new. That's the funny thing. Now up next is this new age galvanized, and you know, it's nice. It's nice sturdy metal, but what made me pick it is when I looked inside, I knew that I would be able to paint this because I could remove the glass. I'm always super excited. That's one of the things I try to look for when I look at lanterns that I am considering making over. And one thing about metals, if you do not thoroughly clean them and let them thoroughly dry before moving on to paint them, the paint will not adhere. It's not like a wood where it will soak in, like the water will soak in or the paint will soak in. You're just kind of waiting for the paint to cure. So you want to make sure that you get these nice and clean, dust, debris, anything, any oils that are left behind. And now I'm just fixing this little side that must have been dropped and bent, just pulling it up with some pliers. Now before replacing the glass, I'm going to give it a good cleaning. So I just have a Clorox wipe, because I had now emptied my bucket of water, but Clorox wipe and just a Norwex cloth to make sure that I've got it all dust free. Not that I don't love every part of making an item over or sprucing an item up, but doing the decor, oh yes please. So even a little lantern, we can still add a rusty crusty little pie tin. I just am in love with these grungy candles, and I'll link them down below from Piglets Closet. And then the little holders you can also get there. And then just a simple pipberry wreath. So you don't just have to put a battery operated candle, you can still fill these lanterns up with some beautiful decor. Okay, so I think you all have seen enough black transformations of me spray painting things black, but it's an easy, elegant makeover that sells, y'all. So now I have this piece of wood, and as you can tell, it's not level. So let's see what's underneath this paint anyway, as I'm trying to level this out. Oh my, that is a pretty block of wood. But I'm going to beat it up a little bit because it's still a little wonky in places. It just was not a square cut by any means. So there's only so much that you can do. So I'm just taking my Japanese saw and just roughing it up a little bit to give it more of a distressed look. And I'm going to keep it I'm going to keep it wood. I like the tones, and I know that I can stain it and make it look better. Now I'm gingerly using my orbital sander just to make sure that there isn't any sharp points. So I'm going to be using the driftwood stain. This is now my go-to stain. Oh, I probably should order another one since I just opened this one up. Don't you do that sometimes when you love something so much you're like, "Oh, I opened it up. I need to order another can." But I absolutely love the patina that this leaves behind. It's not too red, it's not too brown. It's just, and actually it's not too gray either. It's just a beautiful patina. Now that I've changed the color of it, I want to bring out all those details where I beat it up. So a little bit of the Jolie black wax will do just the job. It'll get right into those crevices and all these edges and show all that distressing up. Well, of course, I can't just stick a little votive in there. I've got to add a little bit more than that. So we have this grungy little votive holder with one of the little candles and some rusty starred pip berries. Oh my goodness, does that just not take it over the top? Okay, so this was in my to-do pile, and I thought, first thought when I picked it up, oh, I'll cut that handle off and I'll make it stand upright. But more than I got my hands on there, I hear y'all screaming now, don't do it. No, that is beautiful aged wood, and I'm going to have to leave it right alone. There's nothing I'm going to do to this little scoop, but I'm going to do that same thing. I got another one of these little votives that are grungy and all just cute as a button. And as plain and simple as this makeover is just adding some decor into it. So pipberry wreaths with some rusty, crusty were a little bit overwhelming, so I'm just adding a grapevine wreath and then another little less. I don't want to take away from the rusty, crusty scoop that it is. So the pip berries were doing that, but I still want to add decor into it. So I absolutely love the grapevine wreath, but I needed to get my berries to fit. So sometimes when they're just made for a little candle, you just open them up with some snips. Okay, so what did you think? Give me a quick comment down below. Which of the items I made over were your favorite, and have I inspired you to look at secondhand finds in a new way? Thanks again for watching today's video, guys, and as always, if you're part of our YouTube family, thank you so much. And if you are new and you're checking out this content for the first time and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider hitting that subscription button along with the notification bell so you know we've uploaded a new video. And we will see you next time, guys, and you can see what we're up to. Bye!